Dude. You know what that is? All right, so the crew has arrived. This is Amy. Amy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You're gonna do some metal detecting today and see if we can find a few things, huh?
Yep.
For your museum.
Yep.
And we have a helper. Yeah. Owen, are you gonna find? You already found something. Did you lose it?
No, it's still in my pocket. Still there.
Okay, let's see. That is a fired .22 caliber bullet. Yeah, you want it back? You want to put it on the table? That's what I thought. All right, so you say somebody else had been metal detecting here at some other point. This is some of the things they found. So this is what's in the ground here, I guess.
At least up close to the house. I think he only was around the house area.
So this is like, it's probably got a Vulcan. That's probably part of, I always say things are parts of stoves.
A
lot of times.
Vulcan, yeah, that is a stove.
Okay, all right. Parts of stove, and these are pieces of, this probably goes off of some type of farm equipment. Here. It's nice big pieces.
That one looks like a big
Well,
bowl.
actually, probably not, because he's got a hole in it.
Yeah.
And so it's got a square hole in it like this. So it's probably more, not. You see how it's flat like that too. So that's going to be something different. But that is probably a pot right there, for sure.
Hey.
All right, good. Well, let's go ahead. I'm like trying to pick it up. It's a button. It's a button.
Why is the string on
What?
here?
That's so you don't lose it.
Oh.
If you drop it in the leaves, we can see the string. It look like a little snake in the grass.
Yeah. See?
And normally I put that on my belt. I tie it to me right here. That way I don't leave it behind.
Hey, don't swing it, Daddy. Hey,
Well, what do you think?
Oh,
Want to find a couple big old coins, big old Spanish silver coins, a couple Civil War buttons,
that would be cool.
Revolutionary War buttons, because this guy was the French and Indian War.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, French and Indian War
And
veteran.
he was also, he did fight in the Revolutionary War too, so he was enlisted for that one, and then re-enlisted into the army after the Revolutionary War.
Oh, that's neat. So that would be really neat if we could find one of his buttons out here. Wouldn't that be great for the museum? That'd be awesome. Let's try that. I'm gonna get my metal detector and join you. Just give me a minute. All right, so here's my first target that I dug, and I think this is probably like a lid to something. I don't know if it's an old can or something like that. Sounded pretty good. I won't show you every piece of junk I dig. Hopefully we'll start to get into some, could be Civil War bullets here. There's some Civil War activity nearby. And so this is one of those moments. Got a nice high squeaker here. I started digging it up, and it was deeper and deeper and deeper. It kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And guess what it is? It is probably, well, it's an electric line, I think. Probably electric, going to one of these little sheds over here. This shed, there's probably some lights or stuff. Yeah, you can see there's electricity down there, so we dodged a bullet on that one. Those are really high squeakers. I'll be very careful digging from now on. Well, it looks like we have a little bit of coinage right here. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be very modern.
Over here.
I have a treasure. Looky. You want it? Another one of those moments. And I saw a squeaker here, went and dug it up, and there's an electric line for sure. Scraped it just a little bit. So I'm gonna have to be super careful, because we are in the back of the house now. And I don't see where that thing's going. Coming out from that direction, and it's going out that direction. Don't electrocute yourself. That's an electric wire. So we're really lucky we didn't cut it in two. We are. Base to a shotgun shell. Copper base. I think your mother found a couple of those already. Not a great treasure. Got a nice big iron signal here, so I went ahead and dug it. And I don't know if that's going to be a piece of a pot, or I just don't know what that is. I'll put it over the picnic table for now. I'm a little bit nervous about digging around the house because of all those underground wires. And to be honest, I think it's probably been dug pretty metal detected a lot in the past, because there's a lot of iron in there, little nails and stuff, but not many good squeakers. And there should be more squeakers in there than we're hearing. So I suspect at some point, maybe before the Historical Society, when it was changing hands or whatever, maybe before they had it, people were coming in here. That's just a guess. We'll go back in the yard after my nerves calm down a little bit from hitting all those wires. So I came over here in the woods to get away from the house a little bit. And got a pretty good little squeaker down there, about 8 inches, and dug it up. And it looks like it's an aluminum piece of something. It might be like part of a TV antenna or something like that. Good squeak, but not a really great target. Well, at least in my book. So you found this nice square nail. That's a nice old one right there. You want me to carry it or you want to carry it?
You carry it.
Okay, I don't blame you. Big piece of iron here, and that's kind of an interesting little thing. I think I know what that is. Or maybe not. Well, I'm not 100% on that. When I first saw it, I thought it might be like part of a ferry pole or a boat pole. You push it, push that down in the, you can propel your boat along. This would normally be wood though, so that's probably not what it is. Kind of curious, but I have no idea on that one. So now I'm just kind of scouting out through the woods. Again, today I don't want to spend too much time in one spot. I just want to see what's here. Just found this piece of iron. I don't think that's terribly old, but I don't know for sure. What I'm going to do is just make a quick circle around through here, some of this high ground. I only have to about noon today, and then I have to get on the road, so it's going to be a quick hunt. Just found a little like brass or copper grommet. I could have gone to a tent or a tarp or something like that. In the hole is a lot of charcoal, so something definitely burned here. But that's not as old as I'd like it to be, so we're not going to spend a lot of time here. So I have a little more coinage, but I'm afraid this is going to be a modern quarter. Yeah, definitely. Look at that. Gosh. I think it's 1970 something. Not even silver, but at least it was a good sounding thing. I just found this weird piece of copper, some type of copper thing with a piece of iron sticking out the bar. I imagine that's some type of screw, iron screw. I don't think this is very old at all. I mean, it could be 100 years old, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably closer to 50 than 100. Somewhere in between, probably. I'm way out in the woods now, and I just found a little round ball. You can see where the ramrod pushed it down right there. So that's kind of an interesting little find. Could be Revolutionary War era. At least that's what we'll tell ourselves. You know what I mean. I just dug another fired round ball. That's where I dug the first one right there, and I actually heard a couple signals in here that sounded just like these. I think there's more in here. One reason there could be so many in this little area, there could have been a giant tree standing here at one time, and they put a target in against it and used it for target practice, and the tree fell over and rotted away and dropped all the bullets, all the fired bullets in one spot. Now, if these are drop bullets, it could have been just where someone dropped them out of the pocket or whatever, but fired bullets is very unusual to find a whole bunch of them in one little spot. And when you do, that is typically where people were using, were target practicing in that area. And of course, it was often very typical to put a target against a tree so the bullets didn't go flinging. That's an interesting find. I'm still right where I dug those two round balls, and I believe that's a mini ball right there. That's a 100% fired. Let me get you in the sun so we can see this thing. There we go. Yeah, that's a fired mini ball. So I got two round balls and a mini ball right together. See, that's smashed up against something pretty tight too. That's probably a tree or something. Huh, that's interesting. We're going to find a bunch of buttons and cannonballs and belt buckles and swords and maybe even a cannon. Just dug another fired round ball. And I have another sweet sounding signal right here. So I'm going to go ahead and dig that. It's reading like a higher squeak, so it might be another mini. And then we'll get Amy, bring her back here. I think I only have about another hour left. But she'd probably like to dig a mini ball or two. So I dug the fired musket, and the squeaker was right over there. And yeah, it's another, I'm pretty sure that's going to be another fired mini ball right there. Let's go get Amy, see if she can dig one. All right, so I came back to get Amy to, so I was finding some mini balls, fired mini balls back in the woods. I was feeling really, very guilty that I was digging a bunch of them, so I came back to get you. And she says, oh, I found this. And she shows me something. You're not going to believe it. Dude. You know what that is? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, that is sweet. That is a Confederate infantry button.
You wouldn't believe where I found it. Literally sitting on the surface. Like, it was
All
just,
right, I'm going to hold judgment for a second. The problem is when you have places like this where there's stuff going on, that sometimes you can find reenactors buttons. Congratulations.
thank you.
That's awesome. I want to go show you my finds.
Otherwise, I think I found the trash dump.
Well, let's go look at it. This is what I've been finding.
Oh my gosh.
A couple mini balls. That's from this, that coin's modern, but and there's more of them.
Really?
If you want to dig some, I'll show you right where it is. So
Sure.
I might go where you just came from. Though. Oh, okay. That's
Probably
a
some of those and the
Probably-
glass tops too.
okay mason jar.
They're in the pocket. Oh my gosh, this pocket is so
I guess I could hear water running. I guess it's that little machine.
That's a little machine.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Yeah, be careful putting it in your pockets. Jeez. All right, so we're down in the woods now, where I found the mini balls. And I just dug another little small caliber round ball. And Amy's over there looking, so hopefully she'll get a mini ball over there. I'm hoping. Oh, dude, may I?
Sure.
Yeah, that is a fired mini ball right there.
Cool.
Sweet, most awesome. Congratulations, that's awesome. Another fired mini ball. Took several of the smaller shot too. Those might actually be pistol shot, from a revolver. I'm starting to think since there's so many mini balls. Look like the ramrod was on top. We push it down. It looks more like that lever thing for a pistol. When you load a pistol, it pushes it in. Well, this is an interesting mini ball. It's actually still stuck in the wood. So this would have been fired into one of these trees like I was talking about earlier. Maybe not a tree as a target, but just there were trees down here. And it's still stuck in the wood. So that's a pretty neat find. I haven't found one like that in a long time. I'll have to be really careful with it so the wood doesn't break apart. And then when I'll get this home, I'll put it in polyurethane and let it soak real good. Water-based polyurethane, and then it'll harden right up and that will never come out. If you ever find bullets in wood like this, always try to keep it in the wood. It's just a much more unique and valuable artifact if it's in the wood still. So don't pry it out with a pocket knife. Bullet in one of these pieces. This is that one. Oh, there it is. Look into there. You can see it sticking out right there. So I'm going to try to leave that one in there too. That's kind of cute. I think that might be one of the pistol balls. I can't. It might not be. It might be mini. All right, we'll save that one too. There's a lot of bullets in here. I can tell. I had one hole there that I dug 2 bullets out of, and I had another little signal in it that I kind of walked away from because it was just a pistol shot. I just found it like a little brass washer. As you can see, it's kind of corroded real bad, but yeah, so that could be off some type of military equipment. Not 100% on that, but I'd give it odds that it is. Just found this old gray boy, and boy, that was really poor. I don't know, it might have been wormed. I'm not sure. Or it might just be a really bad pour. I can't see any rifling marks on it. So that might have been a dropped one, actually. Huh. I don't know, it's kind of smushed up. It's hard to say about that one. A big old smashed mini ball. Very nice. Now, this one looks almost like it's dropped. That's a mid-sized round ball, and it definitely looks like it's been dropped. So let me double check this hole, make sure there's not a whole pile of them in here. Nope. Okay, that's a good sign. I think that's about where Amy found her block eye button. I just found this, which is some type of weird little chainy thing. Well, I finally got some brass. That looks like a little belt buckle right there. Looky there. Looks like a half a buckle, but that's just the way they're made, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how, that could be a Civil War era buckle right there. That's pretty interesting now. Unfortunately, I'm halfway back to the house. I gotta go in about 15 minutes.
She'll take the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep. hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no